John, 52 points to 7 in the end. You made 8 changes. Are you happy with what you got out of the final game?
Yeah, I'm very happy. Yeah, I thought we played some good rugby. I thought they defended well for the majority of the time, and I thought it was a decent performance. So there was one time, a period in the second half, we were very fluent and so on, but you know, it's just the stop-start nature of the games that just get to me. You know, it gets so frustrating with the with the officials, and I know you have to bite your tongue and be respectful and so, but by God, I'd just love to see a game where there's an element of fluency amongst it. But despite that, I'm not going to be negative about the officials. I'm going to be positive about the team, and I was happy with what I saw.
Obviously, there's a big game against Oldham next week. Do you think any of the 8 changes have put the hand up to potentially be in your thoughts? I
think there's a fair few who've done it. Yeah, there was some good performances as a team, but there's some good performances individually. And I think anybody who's seen how young Matty Staunton's developing is really exciting, and he just gets better every game he plays. And I thought Ollie Wilson had a fair old shift there, 45 minutes against, he's a year 2 academy, and he just didn't look out of place whatsoever. So it's really pleasing, and I think it does demonstrate what good shape we are in as a club.
There were a period at the start of the second half where I think it was 22 points, 4 tries scored in about 10 minutes. I think that was safe to say when the balls clicked and showed what they're capable of doing.
Yeah, they did, and it was on the back of some good aggressive running and some smart rugby league as well, but smart controlled rugby league. I was pleased because there wasn't a frantic nature about us today. There was an element of control about us, and that was really pleasing. So I think we've certainly taken a step forward from the second half against Oldham, tidied some things up, and some men who've come into the team have made me scratch my head. So yes, it's been a good afternoon.
In terms of that defence, just a little bit disappointing to concede that try at the end.
Yeah, I mean, we had led the ball last quarter of an hour though, for whatever reason we just didn't have the ball, so we had a tidy little workout again in defence, and apart from the very last play of the game we handled it pretty well. So we'll have a look at that and see perhaps who could have done a little better there, but generally I was happy with it.
Is there any injuries to report?
No, there's a couple of bangs and bruises, but we brought Brandon Pickersgill off straight away as soon as he got a bang on his shin, and Matty Garside, he had a bit of a problem with his hand, but we've got them off as soon as there's anything, so we've looked after them. So hopefully we've got a very fit squad to choose from for next week.
The Hemel player coach James Howison says that sometimes you've got to look beyond the results, certainly in terms of his side's performance today.
Yeah. What do you mean, Mick? I don't know.
Although people look at the scoreboard and see 52 points to 7, there was a lot of effort from Hemel out there.
Oh yeah,
they never waved the white flag.
I think you can say that against all the your Hemels, your Coventrys, and your West Wales. They all put the effort in. I think Coventry's been the one that's showed that sort of marked improvement over the season, and London Scholars obviously. So yeah, there's the rugby league lads. So rugby league lads roll the sleeves up and they give it a shot, and they've certainly done that this week.
Unfortunately, it wasn't to be. York, bit of an arm wrestle at half time, but unfortunately, just too strong for Whitehaven.
Well, I thought York would win. So I mean, I haven't come today sort of pinning my hopes on that. I've come today thinking we're preparing for a playoff series, and we've got hopefully we've got 2 games in that. So I'd like to congratulate York. I mean, if you'd have said to me at the beginning of the season that you're only going to lose 3 games and your points difference is going to be what it is, I'd have thought we'd have been walking away with the title. But it just shows what a stellar season that York have had, and they need congratulating on that, and it's a club that's progressing and going forward. And I think James Ford and his coaches need congratulating, and his players do, and obviously the club does.
It's effectively knockout football now moving forward. You're gonna change anything, the mentality of everything?
Well, you have to wait and see, Mick.
I was going to say, is it a case of keeping players sort of focus? I mean, in sort of a sense, putting the league season behind you now and sort of
the regular league season's gone, hasn't it? So it's now a matter of looking forward, and it's trapdoor football, isn't it? And we're aware of that. Oldham's aware of that. Working hard and Doncaster are. So it'll be very entertaining, and hopefully they'll send a Super League referee along. That's going to be on my wish list when, you know, I need to look out of bed and do my prayers tonight. It's going to be for the Super League referee for next week.
But you must look at the quality in your squad and sort of have a confidence in them, you know, for these games ahead. I mean, as you say, it is do or die now. But
yeah, you've got to have confidence in your own squad, but you've got to be respectful of the opposition. They're a good team. You know, let's not beat about the bush. Oldham nobody's whacked Oldham all season. They're a good team, so we've got to be on point when we play them. And yes, we have got a good squad, but we've got to come and play well, because they are a well-coached, tough, aggressive team who will give you absolutely nothing, and we know that.
Wasn't anything said at half time when, I mean, it was realistically still on? Whitehaven, I think, were only 2 points down at York. Was anything mentioned?
No, we didn't. I wouldn't let them look at the phones or anything. Because I think once you start things like that, your head just goes all over the shop. You've got a game of rugby league to play, and they carry the ball. It doesn't matter what York are doing. When there's a big bloke carrying the ball at you, you've got to knock him down and whack him. So that's part of rugby league. So you can't worry about what York's doing at that point. You're worried about that bloke in the opposition jumper carrying it at you. When you've got the ball, you're trying to do exactly the same to him. So no, there was nothing at all at half time.
Did you glance at your phone during the call?
No, because there's no service. It's good. It's no service under there.
Were you aware
so you buggers in the media can't get onto us either as well. So it's good.
And the fact, obviously, John, that you finished the league season's over. The fact you finished so many points ahead of the other teams in the playoffs, everyone's going to look at the Bulls and say they're the favourites for this.
Well, we've been favourites for every day, haven't we? I mean, if we go in Championship, they'll probably make us favourites to win that, won't they? So, again, it fills your column inches, don't it? And fills your radio leads airtime. So, yeah, we're happy with anything like that. But it all comes down to what goes on the field, and that's what should be happening.
And the mood in the camp is pretty much...
Oh, yeah, it is, yeah, it is. Yeah. Well, obviously, there's Ethan Ryan and young Pick and Chizzy who are up for awards this coming Tuesday, so they'll attend that, and hopefully, you know, they'll stay on the pop, and hopefully they're successful with that, and the rest of the lads will be they'll be sort of preparing for Sunday.
And if you had to choose between Ethan and young Pickers Guild for the Young Player of the Year, that's a tough choice.
Oh, that's a good question, that one.
If yours was the casting vote, John?
If mine was the casting vote, I think Ethan Ryan's been absolutely fantastic, but I think Brandon Pickersgill has been the most improved player at this club, and so if it was me, I'd vote for him.